So some of the things why you might develop antisocial personality disorder can be um, it can be both genetics and traumatic childhood experiences, such as childhood abuse or neglect, as thought to play a role. A person with antisocial personality disorder will have often grown up in difficult circumstances. One or both parents may misuse alcohol, or parental conflict and harsh, inconsistent parenting are common. As a result of those problems, social services might be involved with child's care. Those types of difficulties in childhood often lead to misbehavior problems during adolescence and childhood. And yep, so you have to have at least three of these signs to meet the criteria. So it's repeatedly breaking the law, repeatedly being deceitful, being impulsive or incapable of planning ahead, being irritable or aggressive, having a reckless discard of their safety or safety of others, being constantly irresponsible, and lack of remorse. I can see myself in this pretty much. So yeah, I do meet criteria. So yeah, those are some short-term signs you might have antisocial personality disorder. Sorry about the noises. Also, what may display is explicit, manipulative, or violate the rights of others, lack of concern, regret, remorse about other people's distress, behavior irresponsibly, and show disregard for normal social behavior, have difficulty sustaining long-term relationships, been unable to control their anger, lack guilt, or not learn from their mistakes, blame others for problems in their life, repeatedly breaking the law. So this starts all as a conduct disorder in childhood that develops into antisocial personality disorder. So that part. And I would luckily tell you everything I know about this. Whatever you're interested in, basically. Hold on now. These are some interesting facts though. People with antisocial personality disorder or ASPD can be witty, charming, and fun to be around, but they are also explicit others. ASPD makes people uncaring. Someone with this disorder might act rashly, destructively, and unsafely without feeling guilty when their actions hurt other people. So you have the factor 1, which was called psychopathy, and the factor 2, which is sociopathy. There's this difference between those two, but yeah. As I said, act rashly, lie, con and explicit other, be irrational, aggressive, fight or assault people, break the law, not care about safety of others or themselves, not showing signs of remorse, failing to meet money, work or social duties, abuse drugs or alcohol. So that's about being ASPD, and I think there's more about to say, as in this video I wanted to talk about myself personally because I met the criteria for ASPD and I'm first time telling this. So NPD, I also have NPD which I will talk about, and dissociative identity disorder. How do I manage to have all of three and put it under control is I don't, but I will talk more about it. I mean, I can help you with recognizing this behavior, some even facial expressions. There's just some things called narcissistic stare or narcissistic smirk, I think that's how it's pronounced, or ASPD, like sociopathic stare, and how you can recognize and save yourself from the people like me. I mean, from the people that are ASPD. I don't really get much from telling the truth, but I actually risk a lot, and that is one of the reasons I do it. Another reason is I really need to tell it, like out loud for once, and also tension is not a bad thing if you have NPD. So I'm willing to help. Like that part is honest. I'm like vulnerable and type the most, and I like using emotions, and I like being like the good one, like the empathetic one. This is kind of disguise, which is why covert narcissism is very hard to spot, because I like to be gentle, I like to be caring, I like to be all those things, I guess. So I will offer you a lot of things. I am extremely protective, but I see it as extremely protective of my possession, not of another person. So from caring and kind person, I can easily turn into being totally opposite, like arrogant, like covertly, secretly enjoying every situation that I secretly make. So it can be, and I had really fun in the past with it. Like, I will pretend I'm things I'm not, and I'm very adaptive personally. It's like I'll be everything you want me to be, and I thought this way was the best way to never get uncovered, so I always have people to have my supply. I intentionally use this voice when I speak about NPD vulnerable type, because this is how often I go when I play this role. It's not exactly, but yeah, we're about there. So we can go back to my normal voice. I remember having a relationship. Just hold on, sorry, I'm closing the tabs. Like, having the relationship where I had all my needs met by another person, because I was so vulnerable and so like childish and so like everything that I need, but I was kind, and that the world was unfair and I had a lot of problems, which I did, but yeah. So she was always protective of me and stuff like that, and I will go crazy protective over her. So it'll go well for me for a while, until she realized you cannot hold it forever, you're just gonna bust. And it's just kind of a little of personal story, I guess. I won't reveal too much. And my second type, like I use a lot of type of narcissism, to be honest. I had periods where I was somatic, where I was intelligent one, like I did really, and vulnerable has a lot of disorders as well, like fake disorders and stuff like that. They fake a lot, like the good actors. I mean, all of NPD, ASPD are good actors, and then I had a grandiose type. I know I'm right. And I have this you'll do whatever I want or else. And I will be very passive and calculative about it. But the past time, I'm being more overt and more overt. So I lose control over my anger. I tell out loud what I really think, and I don't always pretend. So that's about like part of NPD, I guess. I don't say much things. I don't say a lot of things. I think it's because of lack of dialogue here. I'm talking to my computer right now, and it feels just I wish I had someone to talk to. Well, I should do a call with someone based on this. So, anyways, that's about NPD. Now, when it comes to DID, some authors are more or less affected by this disorder, but we all do have it. Like, you cannot, like, just have one alter with it or something. You have it all. So just less effective part and stuff like that. So you can meet my alters. You can, I don't know if to put it in this video as well. I'll try to. I'll try to describe a bit their personalities. Kevin is really, really fun, charming, and he's just awesome, like fun to be around and everything, but he lacks remorse, lacks feelings for others. Actually, he uses a lot of cognitive empathy, and he will offer you help, but on the definitely more rational, practical way than, for example, my Liam will do. Liam will try to be more empathetic, like to use more emotional approach, and he's kind of the opposite guy and somebody you can really talk to, but I don't know how far it goes. I'm not really sure. I think also to mention dissociative identity disorder, or DID, is a mental health condition. Someone with DID has multiple distinct personalities. The various identities control a person's behavior at different times. The condition can cause memory loss, delusions, and depression. DID is usually caused by past trauma. I've heard of some types, to be honest, in the past time, but okay, this dissociative disorders include dissociative amnesia, dissociative fugue, depersonalization, dissociative identity disorder, yeah. But subtypes to DID exactly, I'm not really sure about that. This was previously known as multiple personality disorder. If you watch Split, there's stigmatized a lot. It's stigmatized. It's not what it seems. It's not like that. Like ASPD is stigmatized. It's not serial killers and stuff. Not all of them. We are human being, and I learned to differentiate. this is my disorder and this is me, and that has nothing to do with one another. Like, I don't consider myself a bad person, I just have this condition. So there's a lot about the idea switching alters. It can last from like few seconds to few hours. It all depends, and we have protectors, persecutors, child alters. We even have fictional alters, but they are all as valid as anyone in the system, and every system is different. So yeah, it's pretty complicated, and I think I'm pretty complex. I've been told by multiple professionals I'm complex, but I'm working on it. I'm working towards getting healthier and stuff like that. So basically, I will mention some pictures in here, and I hopefully will talk more in the future about each of these disorders, because I don't like my videos being too long. So we'll see now. Goodbye, guys, and really it will mean the world to me if you liked or subscribed or some shit. Just, thank you so much. Bye.